we have to beat Northern Gaming Blue, and then after that, we potentially need to beat the BlizzCon champions from last year. It's a pretty rough way to start the day off, but we're going to be jumping into this first game. Very interesting.
Yeah, this is what we said. I mean, Lncar.Kitty have been practicing against RMD. They lost to 2 RMDs last week, and they have a lot of compositions. We saw them practicing their ults, and this is, I'm very excited to see this. Of course, it is Pancake playing the Kappa guy on that Hunter, and Cavi, who has been maining the Feral for the team, now on the Holy Paladin, so they swap out that Restoration Shaman, as we do see the Adrenaline Rush coming out from Waz. He wants to make a big impact at the start of today. Infernion taking so much damage. They follow up the Deep with the DR Sheep. Infernion pops those heals, kites away a little bit. It looks like they shouldn't be able to force anything too significant. The Hodge comes out to Minpoike. Raikou actually taking a brunt of the pressure right now. Of course, that was the BM from this BM Hunter in Pancake, but they don't force the Ice Block.
Wow, they managed to handle that opening so well. Lncar.Kitty, their healers got everything on the table right now, but we're going to see another kidney onto an Infernion, and he is not out of the woods yet. Now he's caught in the smoke bomb, taking an immense amount of damage. They're going to pull the bot, but we're seeing Cavi and the Kappa guy getting locked out pretty convincingly.
Yeah, that was actually a small mistake on the side of NG Blue because they overlapped the blind with the low Cyclone on Infernion, but they made up for it by, when Cavi bopped himself, they put the smoke bomb down on Infernion, so he couldn't really receive any healing. Now we see the pressure turned around a little bit. Raikou under a little bit of fire here. He's just going to LOS around the pillar. That pet is going to do a lot of damage though. We see the killing spree from Waz, but that's instantly feared up by Infernion. Beautiful play. The kidney now. DR, unfortunately. Cavi still with that wing up should be able to heal through this damage for now.
Yeah, Raikou being really greedy on that ice block there, but I definitely like that. That's going to give him such more sustain coming into this match, and they're going to fear Raikou right into the Icy Veins.
Yep, so Infernion kiting away. He's still in a little bit of trouble here. That wings is down for Cavi, so he might struggle to top him off. He actually gets caught into the full sheep here. So excellent play by Raikou. That Icy Veins paying off dividends. There is the bubble. Can he keep Infernion alive? We need to see Minpoike try to go for that low Cyclone if they want to sustain that pressure, but the Hodge from Cavi is going to deny that. And now Raikou in a bit of trouble, down to 40%, spamming out those sheeps on Pancake. Looks like he's going to be okay for now. And again, NG Blue, whilst they're not forcing the cooldowns too quickly, they are going through them, and they're not using anything defensively.
Yeah, Northern Gaming Blue definitely probably feels pretty good at this point in the match, because on that last push, they started to take quite a few cooldowns off the table, putting them in a pretty aggressive position when they do a setup. And now we're going to see that kidney yet again onto Infernion. They just keep going onto Infernion, the Kappa guy getting caught into a Cyclone.
Yeah, so it's just every single go from NG Blue is forcing a cooldown, whereas the same definitely cannot be said on the side of Lncar.Kitty. Infernion dropping low now. He does have that Dark Soul active. What damage can he get done? He fears the killing spree again. Well played by Infernion once more. You can see every global is fear. He just needs to stay alive right now. The wings from Cavi connect, so he should be fine. Raikou also pretty stable. Minpoike out of CC, able to just chuck out that rejuvenation, the Swift Mend. Some nice heals coming out from him. Again, we could just, all I can really emphasize is that NG Blue aren't really using defensive cooldowns, so Lncar.Kitty win condition therefore has to be to keep surviving. If they can sustain to a long game, maybe they can, with dampening, take down Raikou, and they actually do force his first block in that CC chain.
Yeah, but Minpoke has been playing very, very strategically. We didn't see him blow too many cooldowns. He did blow the Iron Bark, but he really waited to see if Raikou needed it. But still, Raikou under a constant onslaught of pressure here, and this looks like a potential setup from Northern Gaming Blue. We're going to see the kidney shot. This time it's on the Kappa guy. He's starting to get very low. They're going to look to keep putting pressure into him, but not too much follow-up here, and now we see another kidney. Deterrence does get pulled.
Yeah, the very nice blind on the trinket from Waz there. So Cavi trinketed the poly into the blind instantly, means that the Kappa guy, aka Pancake, is still in trouble. The offensive Cloak of Shadows coming out from Waz. This is the killing spree. This could be the game. The deter comes out, but is it going to be enough? The DR Cyclone from Minpoike. Surely he goes down here. 3%. He does fall. Lncar.Kitty with an interesting strategy, but they need to live longer, and the swap up onto Pancake from NG Blue. Efficient.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if they were going to have enough follow-up after that first setup. I thought that it was kind of going to fizzle out and they weren't going to take too much off the table besides that deterrence. But then we just saw them keep going. They kept pushing, and they were able to ultimately capitalize and take the win there. That was very impressive by Northern Gaming Blue, because Lncar.Kitty had a pretty good start.
Yeah, and this is the thing. I mean, Lncar.Kitty brings out this new comp. Again, another one of these things you won't have seen potentially in other matches. So NG Blue, when they first see that, they don't instantly play their best against it, because they're like, okay, maybe we need to respect the damage coming out from this composition. Maybe we need to play a bit more defensive. Maybe they're easier to kill than that. They just don't know these metrics as easily as a matchup you've played a million times, right? So at the start of the game, they did look a little bit more shaky, perhaps. Raikou was very defensive, running behind pillars. It is that FLS against the RMD on Dalaran Arena. The question is
offensively or defensively? Yeah. Are they gonna come out just guns blazing, Warlock dotting absolutely everyone up? Or are they gonna try to play a little bit of more of a war of attrition and expect that Min-Poke won't be able to just figure out a way to completely reset the match? We're going to see a pretty standard opening out of Northern Gaming Blue right now.
Yep, so the kidney save, that's going to be swapped onto T-Bow. This is the big damage. We see the deep onto Cavi. He can't peel at all. It looks like T-Bow trying to hold onto his trinket. He actually gets grounded on his trinket. He might just go down the half stone. Not enough. Beautiful play. Insta-wise on that trinket. Down goes T-Bow 2-0 instantly for NG Blue.
Yeah, so not exactly a Warlock coming out and doing a bunch of damage there. We're actually going to see it come from the RMD. Very impressive play. Looking at the scoreboard just a little bit. Look at that damage.
Yeah, so much damage. And this is the thing, Incarnation.Kitty, they have this FLS and they perform so well on it, but they have to respect the opener coming out from the RMD because it's just so much damage. You look, in that short time frame, Raikou did 800,000 damage. Like all those Frostbolts, the Icy Novas weren't even at the top. He played in that Evanesce spec, of course, to make sure he can get those setups. And actually at the start, he probably used the Evanesce to get those Frostbolts to make sure they couldn't be locked out. That's something we have to think about as well. But
if we see the replay, we're probably just going to see the whole game
again.
Yeah, it was one play. It was just one very convincing opener that allowed them to take this second game in this best of 5. So Northern Gaming Blue in a pretty comfortable position. Incarnation.Kitty, I think they should probably bring the same comp again.
Yeah, I agree. That's not a fair representation, of course.
All.
That won't happen twice. T-Bow, I think that's actually the first time I've ever seen T-Bow die in the opener like that. Last week we saw a lot of close calls.
The things, every time we do see someone play a comp that they haven't practiced quite enough, it hasn't really gone well, even when it's a better comp than the one that they were bringing before. We talked about that a lot with Shatter when we were just looking at the games from yesterday. So we are going to jump right into this game. I'm not too surprised that they didn't switch it up.
Yeah. A little upsetting. Hopefully we'll see the FLS take some games though, because the FLS definitely can take down these RMDs. We have seen they had the incredibly close series against ABC last week, which was 3-2. Could have easily gone either way. We'll have to see if they can pull it back, but they're already 2-0 down, which is going to make it very difficult. Raikou and Waz, they're trying to push in, get that clean opener once more. The sap comes out onto T-Bow. Same opener as last time. You'll notice that Waz always saves that kidney so that he can get a clean opener onto T-Bow. We see the image. There's the kidney. This is the damage. Can they get the kill? The deep freeze onto Cavi. No pills coming out. Once again, T-Bow so low. He triggers the cheap shot. He does get the Spirit Link off this game.
Yeah, the Spirit Link is going to save him, but the pressure is still coming in. He, by no means is Incarnation.Kitty stable right now.
Yeah, certainly not. And the bomb comes out late, but the pre-heals from Infernion, well played by him. He's going to port out of there and be fine. The blind onto Cavi's Incarnation, though, that's going to be trinketed. So actually, Cavi uses his trinket offensively here. What work can he get done onto Min-Poke? Min-Poke taking a fair bit of damage, down to 70%. The Heart of the Wild comes out to answer that one, whilst also with his combat readiness, reducing his damage taken. The NS from Min-Poke going to stabilize his team, as we do see NG Blue on the offensive.
Yeah, Northern Gaming Blue able to just turn that around so quick. Min-Poke does have to blow a few defensive cooldowns this time around, but it's nice to see some pressure come out from Incarnation.Kitty.
Yeah, I completely agree. They get Min-Poke's trinket, they get the Heart of the Wild out of Min-Poke, so that's a few cooldowns rolling on the side of NG Blue. The Heart of the Wild is a 6-minute cooldown, so he's not going to have that one for the next Incarn, should they survive to it. And Incarnation.Kitty actually didn't take too much damage in that setup. Infernion did trade out his trinket, so they don't have any trinkets for the next killing spree from Waz, which, as you can see on your bars, is ready right now. And here comes the attack.
Yeah, pretty classic setup. We do see the kidney onto Infernion, so expect him to be the target.
Yeah, he's just taking so much damage. He doesn't have those heals. He's going to have to port out. The Shadow Fury comes out. Can they get the Spirit Link? The full Cyclone from Min-Poke. The killing spree from Waz. He should be able to get the kill here. Infernion, how is he doing it? He's actually kiting into the middle of the map. They might get the Spirit Link. The final Cyclone. Are they going to be able to follow it up? Min-Poke CCing him for so long. He's going to be able to finish this one. Min-Poke, 3 Cyclones into the full bash. T-Bow had no answer. Could not get that second Spirit Link. And it looked like Infernion had done everything right. He was porting after the killing spree, gated away. He kited him so well, but the CC was just too much. And a quick 3-0 for NG Blue.
Yeah, and there was like a little bit of wiggle room where I thought we were going to see Infernion get healed back up, and then he got caught in a bash. We saw the healer get caught into a bash there. But Infernion, when you look at the damage, Infernion played the game the way that we kind of saw him play earlier in the tournament, and it was just so much dot damage. So much dot damage. They came out really aggressive. I do like the way that they played that game, even though they didn't manage to pick up the win.
Yeah, and I really want to see the replay because I actually think Infernion did everything right towards the end there. I think he did port on the killing spree, which was a slight unfortunate thing, but then he gated away anyways, so Waz was nowhere to be seen, no damage on Infernion. The question I wonder is if there was any way they could stop Min Poike from doing that endless CC chain, because 3 Cyclones into a bash, if the Druid's able to get that, normally it will be the kill. It was the kill here, and it was the only reason. If any of that CC had been stopped, then Infernion would have been in the link because he kited perfectly. His path was perfect.